We operate in a world where almost every desire can be satisfied on demand. You can order a meal, buy a product, and consume endless entertainment with a single swipe. We are conditioned to expect second-by-second payoffs, and that expectation spills over into how we view success. There is a biological mechanism driving this impatience. The human brain operates on a dopamine-driven reward system. It naturally gravitates toward actions that require low effort and yield instant gratification. When we set ambitious goals, we enter a biological deficit, fighting our own neurological wiring that seeks a quick win. This is a line graph tracking goal retention over a 12-month period, based on studies from Harvard and Stanford. Notice this precipitous drop right before the 1-year mark. Because long-term goals like building a business or mastering a skill delay the dopamine reward, 92% of people abandon their ambitions within the first 12 months. To see how this plays out in reality, consider two friends from the small town in India, Utkarsh and Avinash. They shared the same middle-class upbringing, attended the same schools, and harbored identical ambitions. They both wanted to build massive business empires and buy luxury supercars. Their paths only diverged on a single variable, the deadline. Utkarsh gave himself exactly 1 year to achieve extreme wealth. Avinash decided his goals would take 5 years to materialize. By setting an aggressive 12-month clock, Utkarsh placed himself directly inside the dopamine trap. He built a scenario where he needed high, continuous rewards to validate his effort, guaranteeing that his biology would turn against him the moment progress stalled. Utkarsh sprints right out of the gate. He works exhausting hours and applies intense pressure to his daily routine. But as the months tick by, the billionaire-level results he expects fail to materialize. Without that massive external validation, his motivation dries up and burns out entirely. He quits the entrepreneurial path before his single year is up. Accepting a monthly salary of 25,000 rupees, he settles into a safe corporate routine. Meanwhile, Avinash spends his first 3 years failing. He loses sleep, burns through capital, and watches multiple business models collapse. For 36 months, he generates absolutely no visible external progress to show for his effort. This cross-section diagram shows two structures experiencing an earthquake. The building on the left shakes violently because it relies on a shallow base. The structure on the right remains stable because of a deep-rooted foundation entirely hidden underground. Avinash spent 3 years underground, building the mental and technical infrastructure required to support massive weight. That total absence of visible traction during those early years represents a mandatory filter. It effectively removes the 92% of people who stop moving the moment the dopamine stops flowing. 5 years later, Utkarsh steps into his office elevator and rides it down to the lobby. His salary has grown to 1 lakh a month, but his daily existence remains locked in a static, uninspiring loop. As he exits the building, a luxury vehicle pulls up for a VIP corporate event. Avinash steps out as the owner of a 10,000 crore business empire. Two men started with the exact same education and bank balance. 60 months later, one is trapped in an elevator shaft and the other commands a conglomerate. It is tempting to look at Avinash and assume he possessed a rare, innate genius. He simply operated on a timeline wide enough to absorb failure without triggering a total collapse. Attempting to force extreme ambition into a 12-month window pushes you toward average, safe choices. Expanding your horizon to 5 years allows skills, networks, and lessons to compound into a competitive advantage that becomes virtually impossible for late starters to match. This timeline graphic breaks down the 10-10-10 model, a practical tool to neutralize short-term panic. When a crisis hits, you project its impact across 10 days, 10 months, and 10 years. Notice how the problem icon shrinks down to almost nothing by the third note. Most setbacks that derail us today lose total relevance in 10 months. Next, you must prioritize trajectory over velocity. Sprinting at maximum speed is useless if you are running left while the mountain sits to your right. A slow, methodical crawl on the correct path will mathematically beat a dead sprint in the wrong direction. The mechanics of long-term execution require a shift in how you view yourself. Long-term thinkers prioritize identity-based goals. They define themselves as disciplined, consistent individuals who execute daily. This shift makes a high-level financial outcome an inevitable byproduct of their character. Psychological research indicates a massive jump in consistency when goals align with self-image. This bar chart tracks that difference. When a person adopts a new identity, rather than just chasing a result, they are 33 times more likely to follow through on the habits required to win. You have to accept that a construction site is chaotic. The scaffolding and the exposed wires look terrible right up until the day the project is finished, and the luxury exterior is finally revealed. True mastery does not arrive cleanly at the end of a productive week. It is forged quietly through years of messy and visible effort by those who treat patience as a primary tool for survival.